Missing children. All right, okay, we're online now. Yeah, I was having trouble getting back online. Okay, so they want me to relate, some of the officers in the mine wanted me to relate the scam. Okay, so missing exploited children is not fully honest with all of you. They're running extortion scams, and they're part of organized crime and racketeering. Again, the idea is if we were in that job, we'd be doing a better job and we wouldn't do the extortion and racketeering. Therefore, the extortion and racketeering is not okay because it was never designed to be that. So what they'll do is they'll label somebody a pedophile. It's not a pedophile, and they'll say we have to block person from housing. Right. That's one of those for. Right. So Peter Thiel calls up missing exploits. One of his buddies said, "Look, make sure this guy doesn't get moved in." Right. And they use spycraft and Peter Thiel's money and Elon's money and everybody else's money and government monies to fund that. Right. The real pedophiles are living in these communities, especially the wealthy ones. Right. Mm-hmm. Agreed. So that's one of their scams. And it's probably already launched in Pennsylvania. We can't let him move into Kansas because he's a pedophile, yet the pedophiles are in these $1 million homes dealing dope and everything else and having parties with young girls. I suspect it's an LDS also, because that's the sign. Once they come along as being these, protectors of the community, it's usually the reverse. Because any real protector of the community is just going to play it cool like I do, and you look around and that's it. Whatever, right? 100%. It's somebody all day. Right. Thank you, Larry. I guarantee, I'll tell you right now, if I was looking for a wife, if I was younger and I believed it, I would have gotten hot off of them, just hoping to, one day have a real relationship with one of them. Maybe some women need that, right? Especially a woman that was in a relationship that never went anywhere for her. She the husband cheated on her and didn't have any sexual relationship. She might require a little bit of, hey, what's the good feel like? I mean, it's just a reality of what humans are. Just like the idea that humans aren't supposed to ejaculate other than making babies. I mean, it's bullshit. Why Hashem said it's not good for me alone because he needs a woman, right? And then that's why they hate women, because I know how it works. Marriages fall apart and I'm no longer interested in sex. And the wife would be like, now today, like the rich women, like I was saying, they don't have to do it. So for whatever reason, the cold like that, they did. Right. So in the old days, you didn't have to run off and have a mistress, right? Or make everybody else make out of wedlock babies like Mr. Elon, right? Or I should say, Bishop Elon of the social Christians. No, it's a scam. Right. How do I see what they say? I'm a great investigator, right? Obviously, right? So, so what they'll say is, well, how does he know what we're doing if he didn't commit the crime? I mean, that's bullshit. First off, you try to extort me with it, so I know what you're trying to extort me with, right? Correct. Secondly, I'm an investigator, a talented investigator, not somebody who sucks cock to get a job as an investigator for some big firm, or to get a big position in the I or HSI. Right. Of course, you wanted me to be one, but no, I wasn't interested. That's another one in the round. Those sexual mentally exploited children are sexing people. They have their PIs, okay, and they're corrupt. Now, some might not. Man, we've ever seen. Well, if you didn't say fuck you, maybe we'd let you move in. No bullshit. You wouldn't fuck your family, Mr. PA. Right. We're gonna clean PA. We're gonna fuck your families off so far they all go to prison. How you doing? They all thought it was the New World Order. That's what they called it. It wasn't United We Stand, although they did use that. The deep state used United We Stand to say, oh, we're all standing against you. Now you're in trouble. No, it's the same old crook. Perot got nothing to do with it. All right. They used that one. Then they used the New World Order. Right. So they all got told the New World Order was organized crime and racketeering. This is how we got stuck in it. Right. Everybody was told that was the New World Order. That's why Bush was in trouble. Because everybody was, going towards organized crime and racketeering. Face it, Rick Henry's organized crime and racketeering. Karen Shelton, organized crime and racketeering. Johnny Hughes, organized crime and racketeering. Not here to play games. Johnny Hughes' son, organized crime and racketeering. Yoga Sikhs, organized crime and racketeering. Not here to play games. So, although you bring LDS in, societies and who they actually are. So don't try to bring some new religious society in like they're clean because you haven't prosecuted them in 25 years. Thanks, Larry. Thanks, Larry. So again, that's why I had difficulty finding housing here. They played us. Oh, here's our calling card, and this is most dangerous pedophile. Well, what about my neighbor? He got like 3 girls a night. Oh, we're watching him. We haven't quite got that case. 10 years later, the guy's got a house 15 times as big, a swimming pool, a house in the Caribbean. That's the reality of what's happening. 100%. They used to tell people in Santa Fe that I was down in Albuquerque having sex with boys and men. They told them that's what was going on. Because I wasn't out at the casinos getting all trashed and having one-night stands with all the rest of the community. So you see how they do that? That's like a commendable thing, right? And they reverse it. Missing exploited children, they come into town like O'Keefe with money, high. Right? No, she wasn't the person for the dirty deed, the final hit. That guy may have been manipulated by O'Keefe and his people, and it's not only O'Keefe. O'Keefe's a face person. You understand that? Missing exploited children works with O'Keefe, but the corrupt one, that guy, his whole life, saying, "Oh no, we can't be with a woman because he's dangerous," right? And then when he gets that position, they do all the triggering of what they did to him. No, he was operated by O'Keefe and all the other crazy piece of shit PIs. That's who O'Keefe is, a piece of shit PI. Works for foreign power, agents of foreign governments. People and children that extort people with that position are working for foreign. But the money they launder money. That's all it is. And again, they go, "Well, we're missing exploited. We don't need to be investigated. You know who we are. We're your buddies. We saving the kids." Right. That's the scam. That scam. So when you see missing exploited children, it's the same as everything else. Maybe yes, maybe no. Don't buy into it that they're the savior of the kids, because the system is the savior of the kids. Each individual based upon who they really are. Right? And a lot of those people are just organized crime and racketeering. And they go around these communities hiring these cops in their absence to do this. And they said, when you retire, I'll give you a job here. Just do what we ask while you work, while we're out of here. What they say is make sure Moore doesn't get into an apartment. Right? Just tell everybody he's a pedophile. That's why Facebook hired these people. If Zuckerberg's got a problem, he calls Mr. Exploited in, and they handle it for him. Right? They'll extort the person. And they say, Trump, that's what you need, Trump, right? Because people are coming after you. The people coming after you right now, Trump, is O'Keefe, missing and exploited children. They'll act like your buddy, but they'll fuck your head so you don't stop them from fucking everybody else's head. They're the devil's self. That's why we have to rescue children. Because they're creating sex crime. And they have these, they're hooked with the billionaires. It's not crazy. This is the world that everybody sees. They just didn't understand. Right. And they're running those algorithms, making your kids perverts, making your kids trans while saying they shouldn't be it. Right. Their kids are getting the algorithm to make them billionaires. So they run around calling themselves big balls. Fucking scumbags. No telling how many kids they got raped and murdered.